When the Apple Watch Ultra was first announced, my initial response was, this is really cool looking, but it's probably just gonna be super expensive. The initial rumor was over $1,000. This is not for someone like me. I don't do any of the stuff they talked about, so I find no reason to pick it up. I would be better off picking up the Series 8. However, the $800 price tag was a real surprise, so I decided to pick one up and try it. Well, it's been 6 months. Was it a mistake? Let's talk about it. If you found this video by it being suggested, I do all things related to Apple, the good and the bad. If that sounds like your thing, please give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you won't miss a video when I post it. Thank you. Most of you probably missed my various videos on the Apple Watch Ultra. I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description and at the end of this video. My reason for picking this up, well, honestly, it was to make content on it first and to see if I liked the bigger design and the rugged look. That's what drew me to this watch when I saw it. The features that Apple talked about really did nothing for me. I was still on the Apple Watch Series 6 and it was working pretty well for me. It was a little slower and sometimes the battery didn't last the whole day. So I was ready to upgrade and I was leaning towards the Series 8 with the rumors that it was going to be a new design. But it wasn't, and we got the same boring design as the 7. Now yes, I had the 44mm for the 6, and the 7 and 8 were a little larger at 45mm, but it still wasn't a large enough watch for me. The Apple Watch Ultra new larger design coming in at 49mm was once again very appealing to me. To be completely honest with you, I'd prefer to have even a larger watch. Now, I watched a bunch of posts and videos and I kind of made fun of some people, but when they tried this watch out, I couldn't believe how massive this thing looked on their wrists. I was like, damn, I must have some really fat wrists. So what do you think about this watch? Is it too big, too small, or just the right size? Go ahead and leave a comment down below, and on your way down there, give this video a thumbs up. Like I mentioned at the start of the video, when Apple showed this watch off, it wasn't marketed to people like me. I don't rock climb, ski, hike, or scuba.
Are you guys for scuba?
Sorry. I'm just the guy who sits in his office shooting YouTube videos. However, I'm not a complete shut-in. I am pretty active, I do work out, ride bikes, etc. But am I really wasting the potential of this watch? It's hard to believe that it's already been almost 6 months since I got this, and I have a few things to add to the pro and negatives column. The brightness of the screen really impressed me since my eyes are getting worse. Even in the direct sunlight, it's super easy to read the watch, which was a major issue with my 6. The other cool feature in conjunction with this is the night mode on the watch. It's great for seeing in the dark but not lighting up the entire area. The only bummer with this feature is it's only on one watch face. I'm kind of hoping Apple adds more faces to this feature. That would be really cool. The next pleasant surprise is how awesome the battery life is on this watch. I can go almost 3 days without having to charge it. I mean, normally having a watch means almost never having to charge or replace a battery, but here we are, the things we do for technology. Am I right? In all seriousness, it's really nice not having to worry about charging it every day, especially if you use the watch for your sleep tracking. More on that in a second. Now, when I first picked this watch up, I immediately put a screen protector on it because I thought, eventually, I'm gonna scratch this. I mean, it's certainly not impossible. After 4 months, I replaced the protector a couple times, and eventually, I don't have one on it anymore. Needless to say, 0 scratches, and the same thing goes for the body of this watch. It looks as good as the day I bought it. Just amazing. I know this probably isn't a surprise, but I've also been super happy with the performance of the software. So far, no weird freezes or lockups, didn't have to restart it, because when it comes to your watch, much like your phone, you just want it to work when you need it. Nothing is more annoying than when you have something pressing to actually do and your device freezes. Now, if you have a Series 7, 8, Ultra, what has your experience been? Go ahead and leave a comment down below and let me know. Another nice little surprise was how improved the speakers were on this Ultra. Taking a call on my watch wasn't a struggle. In fact, most people didn't even know that I was on my watch and I could hear them just fine. I shared a really cool YouTube third-party app in a previous video, and yes, honestly, there are times that I do watch a video on this watch when I don't feel like pulling my phone out. Accessory-wise, I was able to find plenty of third-party bands that looked just like the ones Apple put out for launch, and they were really good. It saved me a ton of money, and when I compared them side by side, you really couldn't tell the difference. In fact, I'm wearing one right now that I got for Christmas that is a magnetic band, and it's also reversible too. Magnets are really strong on this. It's never fallen off. Now, since this is a long-term review, I do have some negative things to share. The action button is a real pain in the ass for a couple reasons. The lack of customization features, especially when you're in an app. If I had the ability to have the action button work in specific apps in addition to the quick function, that might be something I find actually useful. I'm also constantly hitting the action button and starting what I have on there is the workout, and I'm not even working out. I actually saw someone in a video turn the watch around to maybe limit the amount of accidental pushes. I actually already spun it around here, so I'm giving it a try. It is taking some getting used to, but so far, no accidental pushes. If it doesn't work like I did with Siri, I'm just gonna shut it off. Now about that sleep tracking. Now this isn't specifically geared for the Ultra, but I did use it for an entire month, and while I initially thought that I was gonna stop because I don't like wearing anything on my hands when I sleep, I was pleasantly surprised that it wasn't really that annoying to wear each night. So what's so bad, Mike? Well, I was pretty strict when I was going to bed to try to follow what it was suggesting I do. There were times that I stayed up to look at my phone, and when I would go back and look at the data from the night before, it said I was asleep when I know I was awake. So what else isn't accurate? After a month, I had a bunch of data about my sleeping, and there really wasn't much help on the health app on what to do next. I mean, I guess if I wanted to do more research online, I could, but I'm not currently seeing any major issues while I'm sleeping. I mean, if I got less sleep, yeah, I was more tired. I mean, I guess I'd be able to warn my wife if I might be in a bad mood. Then again, that wasn't always a direct correlation to the amount of sleep I got. If anybody has any suggestions for a third-party app that they might use for sleep tracking, I would love to try it out, so go ahead and leave your comment down below if you have something like that. So, I'm gonna pose the question again. Was buying this watch a mistake? I mean, look, from a standpoint of functionality, I probably could have gotten along just fine with the Series 8. Battery life was a bonus, and I do like the rugged design and of course the size. It's certainly a step in the right direction for Apple, but it didn't make my life so much better that I would tell everybody, go get one. If I could go back knowing what I know now, I probably would have returned it or sold it. And honestly, I wouldn't be too sure if I would get the Series 8 since nothing had changed. I almost likely would wait, hopefully for the Series 9, get that big update. Look, the watch looks great. If you like this kind of style and you have the money and maybe you're a little bit more active than I am, then yeah, the Ultra would be a really good choice. Now, if you were gonna pick between, say, the stainless steel Series 8 and the Apple Watch Ultra, and you say, which one should I get? Well, they're almost the same price. Just get the Apple Watch Ultra. If Apple were to offer a 49mm or larger and a less expensive style of the Ultra, I would probably consider it. I am hoping that Apple changes the design this year because the style is just really stale at this point. If you want to check out the other videos I did on the Apple Watch, there's a playlist right here for you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss my next video. See ya!